Gregg and Joe TV back again. Here he is, my fucking mi fratello. That means my brother in Italian. Gregg Valentino. Hi, Greg.
What's going on, Joseph? You know, we were just talking. We're hoping the microphone works, but you know, it's funny because all these other guys, they have the camera crews and shit like that. We're like fucking two momos. We gotta do everything ourselves. Cut it up ourselves, produce it ourselves, edit it ourselves. Right? Am I right or wrong?
You know what? You got to do what you got to do. You know, it's a grassroots organization. So that means there's a lot of love in this game.
Oh, yeah, a whole lot of love. But
So tell them where we are. Let's plug.
Okay,
Let's plug the location and the event that you fucking put together today. Let's go. Give it up, man.
all right, listen. The event is, we're at Strongest Shapely Gym in Rutherford, New Jersey. And let me tell you something. Joe will tell you, bro, if you guys come in this fucking gym, it's like when you walk in and you say, okay, I'm going to train chest. All right, where do I go? Where the fuck's the chest shit? I mean, it's so fucking big. It's a huge gym.
You need a map. It's like going to Disney.
It is. It's funny you say that because they have a thing on the wall that says the Disney thing.
Yes, you're
But,
right there. Yeah.
but I mean, like, guys, Ronnie Coleman and fucking, they got Ronnie, he's got his own dumbbells here. Yeah,
250s.
I couldn't fucking bench press that right now, his dumbbell. But, bro, and then they have, like, he has equipment that's been made just for this gym. So you can go anywhere else on the planet, and you will not find some of this equipment. I mean, it's rare. It's a one of a kind. I mean, this gym, and they don't have like we have a line of Cymax equipment. We have a line of Live Fitness. You know, no, they have everything, a little bit of everything. They have an arm room that is it's that way. Why am I looking this way? They have an arm room that is just loaded with equipment. It's just arms. And you got different machines, you know, so you can hit the arms from different angles, man. I'm just saying, if you guys never been here, bro, this gym is like historic. It's a bodybuilding icon.
It is, and this is a place. Bob's been here like 30 fucking years or something now.
He's been in business like 40. You leaving?
That's a fucking cool shirt. He's got the shirt from Rocky there, Rocky 3.
I remember you were doing the cable for me. Yeah, that's right. See, I remember you, absolutely. Very good, thank you.
He's got the Italian Stallion shirt on from Rocky. Excellent.
He looks good, too.
Come and say hi. Get over here. Our show is everybody's show. Come on, get over here.
How are you?
Plug yourself. This is an episode here. Scooch down so we get you in.
Oh my God! I need the sunglasses too. How you doing?
Give your name and your Instagram.
Paul D. Robertus. Paulie D. Rose is my Instagram. Just did shoulders. I strong and shapely. Now I got to take a picture in front of the balloons because I'm 35 and it's 35 years.
Wait, that's for your birthday?
No. I'm just saying I'm. 35
okay.
And it's 35 years.
Oh,
so.
I could be your father.
Really?
When they were setting those balloons up, I go, how did you guys know it was my birthday?
Wait, second.
Not the things now.
No, but I was wishing I was 35.
You know what? It's Bob's birthday. Oh, you worked with Milos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Milos.
I just saw him last week. Flew out to Cali to train with him.
You flew all the way out there to train with him? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's
That's a vacation. Threw up twice during legs.
Did you really?
Yeah, my God. He'd be
I threw up in California, so I was having too many shots. Nothing to do with legs.
Holy shit. You're Italian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's right. You Robertus?
Yeah, look at that. He remembers. Hey, thank you.
I love it,
Hey,
man.
good
I
luck,
love
man.
it.
Oh, thank
He's
you,
an
thank you.
Italian boy.
We love grease balls. Grease balls,
God bless.
support grease balls every day.
Bro, we're in fucking, come on, we're in Jersey. We're two guineas from New York. We're in Jersey. It's fucking Guinea territory, right? I mean, it was just Italian.
This is the Sopranos land over here.
Holy Christ. Hey, you know what's funny? Wait, what was I going to say? I just lost it. Hold on. Stop fucking around. I was going to just say something about the fucking whole Guinea thing. You know, people don't realize. Guys are going to me, wait, you're from Long Island. I'm going, no, Joe's from Long Island. And guys, listen to me. You guys don't understand. That's what's hard because Joe and I live on the opposite sides. Manhattan's here, and then got Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, and Long Island over here, and then Bronx and Westchester, and I'm over here. Joe's over. So, it's not like we're right. Even though we're both New York guineas, we're not right next to each other. It's still like a 2-hour difference.
Plus ride.
Right, it's a 2-hour plus. So when you guys say,
Like I was gonna say when there's traffic, but if you're from New York, there is no such when there's. There always is traffic, especially on that fucking cross Bronx.
bro, the Cross Bronx and the LIE are two fucking. What? What? Oh. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a shower. My girlfriend's over here. Gregorio, look at the dress that goes around. You know, I'm over here. Anyway, she's a scandal. But so what was I gonna say? You know, so we're on different sides in New York, so it's not like everybody from New York knows. You know.
We don't live around the corner. From
Right,
each
we
other.
don't live around the corner. Otherwise, we would do the Gregg and Joe show.
Every
We're just
fucking
winging this shit. We don't have like a fucking thing to talk about. Like, let's talk about this, and let's talk about this, and then let's talk about that. And
Let's
you
talk
know,
about classic physique and men's physique and Jeremy Buendia talking shit about the bodybuilding.
let's not. No, dude, I don't even know who half these bodybuilders are anymore. I have no idea. I have no idea who these bodybuilders are. I'm like lost with all this shit. Every day. That's the thing. You watch Palumbo over there, and you know he's got this new bodybuilder on. You know it's Ed Beckley, and I'm like, who the fuck is Ed Beckley? You know, and then I'll look, and the guy's pretty jacked, and I'm going, well, what the fuck did he win? You know, the Buckeye Barbell Classic. And I'm like, well, there you go. That's a great show. So I mean, after a while, I don't really watch this stuff. That's why, guys, I want to start doing, you know. If we can develop my podcast more, I like to do one with the training, you know, like you see that we're doing. But I like to do other stuff. I like to, you know, not everybody's political, not everybody's into other shit, but I like the Joe Rogan type stuff. I like to talk about everything.
Fucking wide variety. You know what? Even if somebody's not political, it's out there in the fucking. If you talk about something that's in the, I'll use pop culture for the lack of a better term. Pop culture. Trump has made politics part of pop culture because of what he brought to the table and all of the crazy shit going on with the people that hate him and the people that love him. Gregg and I happen to love the fucking guy. So we're going to actually side with him whenever we mention him. But it doesn't mean that you can't disagree with that. And that's what makes it fun. That makes it fodder here.
Hey, what's going on? My girl. What's that? No, we love Trump. Let's bring over Heather Darling.
Wait, time
Let me
out.
bring over, I gotta say hello to my girl, Heather Darling.
Wait, hold on.
Here, oh yeah.
We're going to have to squeeze in because
Yeah, come on over,
He's
Heather.
going to only get the 2 chairs.
Heather, you know Joe, he owns Muscle Sport Mag.
I've met you before. I've seen you before.
So you guys are talking about Trump. What do you have to say?
I think he's one of the greatest things to happen to this fucking globe because he's changing the fucking world with his political views and the whole Brexit and the way Italy has changed. A lot of different, they'll call it nationalist.
You got a lot of black people now realizing, holy shit, you know, yeah, Brexit.
Black exit?
Yes.
Never heard of that.
Are you kidding? But wait a minute, Heather. Wait,
Heather.
Heather.
Exit every neighborhood I ever have to drive through.
He was NYPD. Are you a judge now?
I'm a Morris County freeholder now. I'm running for surrogate, and I'm on my way to Italian American Police Society.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that
that's
is
where I'm
so
going
cool.
to dinner right now. So
Good for
yeah,
you. You look
excellent.
fucking phenomenal. Look
I-
at
I'm
Greg.
still- I'm still
glad
trying.
You put it next to me.
Wait a minute, I got to tell you guys something. This is the girl. This is Heather Darling. A lot of people see there's a picture of me where I'm flexing, and there's a girl next to me.
Next to my leg, and his arm was bigger than my leg, even back in the good old
I know
days.
The picture you took. That's you.
There's a famous picture where I'm putting my arm next to a girl's leg.
Exactly what
And
you
this
mean.
is the girl, Heather Darling.
I used to have that 500-pound bench. That was awesome back
That's
in the day.
right. Bro, I forgot about that. She used to bench 500 pounds. All the guys in the gym would be like, well, I don't think I'm going to bench today because they knew she was going to outbench.
Too bad now we have this and all the little things that you have, the rotator and all that stuff. We get old. Now we compete in politics with Trump.
Yes.
I'm telling you. But aren't you a judge, though, or something?
I'm not a judge. I'm still an attorney, and I'm a Morris County freeholder. So I'm an elected official. I'm running for surrogate, which is kind of a judge.
Okay.
Wow. That would be awesome.
Kind of exciting stuff. So when I walked in, you guys were talking about my boy Donald. I had to walk over and talk about our president. I had to make sure you weren't saying bad things.
No, dude.
Absolutely.
I love Donald Trump. So
From day one, As soon as he said the stuff about immigration, I'm like, I've been fucking waiting for a guy like this to have the balls to fucking say that and run for the fucking office on top of
You know
that.
what? Somebody's got to make a clear path so people who want to be citizens can be citizens, and people who don't want to be citizens don't have to be here.
I think there should be no immigration, even legal, till we get our shit in order.
But see, that's part of it. If you give somebody a good, clear path to do it legally, then you can get it in order. But when everybody's just coming across in multitudes and you don't know who's who, and nobody's making application because they don't have to, because there's no right to anything by doing it the right way, you get more by not doing it the right way. That's what the problem is. Nobody is needing to follow the right path like we did in the past, because other than Elizabeth Warren, none of us is Native American, including myself. So, all of our families came from somewhere else, right?
Of course, yeah.
But they did it legally, and now we're all citizens,
You
and
needed a
that's how it has to
sponsor,
happen.
too.
But that's what should happen, really.
I know, but wait, let me see. There's a lot of shit that obviously, come in the front door. If you're going to be an alien and you want to get citizenship in this fucking country, you got to come in the front door. But the shit that's going on today with all this socialism shit and the Democrats, Obama said the same thing that Trump is saying. You can't just walk in the front door here. We're a country of laws. Immigrants you want to be an immigrant in this country, you need to come in the front door or get to the back of the line. But now that Trump is saying it, they say, well, wait a minute. Remember, Obama was granted, I don't know how many millions of dollars to build a wall. You know what I mean? Remember, there was, and now they won't give Trump $1. So, you know.
But I've asked some of the congressmen about this, and one of the answers I got, my favorite so far from a Democratic congressman, was the question was regarding the Gateway Tunnel into New York City and the funds on that versus the funds on the wall, and how it applies to drugs. Because as a freeholder, what I deal with is a drug epidemic. I am funding a sheriff's department that's dealing with a drug epidemic in my county, and a lot of this is coming over the border. So the question was about that, and the answer was, well, what difference does it really make? Because if it wasn't coming in over the borders, they would be making meth in their backyards. To me, that doesn't sound like a congressman is solving a problem, right?
Horrendous response.
Can you believe that?
That is just disgusting. How do you assume it's going to happen anyway? Stop the flow where the flow is worse, and then we will see what happens. Then we can concentrate on the guy and making in his own bathroom and stuff like that.
But any excuse they have not to build the wall, to fight the wall, even if it's not a wall, even if it's drones or some sort of security, but there needs to be security along the border, and that's what it is. So these guys will come up with any excuse they can to say that we don't need it. It shouldn't happen. The funds have to go somewhere else, whatever it is. But the funds are all going to the people that are coming across the border instead of waiting to do it the right way and getting in our system and paying in to get out.
If we would stop that, you know how much money would be saved?
$6,000 per family per month is what it costs us to raise these people, okay, to have these people here. $6,000 a family per month. So if you have one of those families, it costs nothing to you, essentially, in your taxes. But when you have hundreds of thousands at $6,000 a month, how much are we as taxpayers paying for each of those families?
Astronomical amounts.
Hold on, but you know what the other thing is, too? Now Democrats want to lower the voting age. They want to get rid of the electoral college. I mean, they can't win on their own, so they got to try to come up with ways. Well, we're going to keep changing every rule until we find a way that we're going to win. Yep. I mean, if you think about it, they don't give two shits. First of all, any of the blacks and Hispanics who are already current, and I don't want to hear no fucking shit that I'm racist, because my whole fucking family is fucking either black, Hispanic, whatever, gay. But here's, if I was a black or a Hispanic minority in this country and I'm a citizen, guess where the refugees are going? Going into the rich neighborhoods where the rich Democrats live. They're going in the ghetto, bitch. They're going in where you live. So you poor people that think like, oh, Trump is a racist. He's a Nazi. I say, oh yeah, what a Nazi he is. Considering his daughter's an Orthodox Jew, he must hate her guts. You know what I'm saying? It's such stupidity, bro. They're going to go to your neighborhoods. That's where they're going to go. They're not going to put a refugee in a rich neighborhood, especially where Democrats are. They're not going to do that shit. Did you see that Dana Loesch or whatever her name is, that brought the fucking refugees, and they brought her right to fucking Nancy Pelosi's house, and they had the refugees knock on the door, say, "Yes, can we stay here?"
You mean the door to the gate?
It was the door to the gate.
Right.
I couldn't get it.
Yeah, right. You can't get to the door.
And Nancy Pelosi had called the cops and had them all arrested. And Dana Loesch said, "Well, why are you arresting them? You said that we should let them in. It's okay. They can go to my house, but they can't go to your house."
But not only are they going to the ghettos, but they're going to the ghettos and they're taking jobs from working people that need those jobs, and they're doing it for less. They're doing it without insurance. They're doing it without health care, and they're doing it to their own peril because they don't have the safety standards that the people that are here legally have.
That's you hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm saying. The people, you idiots, you don't fucking realize they're not going to take your job. You work at IBM, they're not going to take your job. You leaving, Anthony?
Pleasure always.
All right, take care, my brother. They're not going to take away the job, so I'm not going to take your IBM job or whatever. By the way, did you ever see there's a fucking sickest video? And it's not propaganda, because I'm not one of those fucking guys that believe that George Bush blew up the Twin Towers and all that shit because he wanted oil. And I'm so saying, what about building number 7? What about building number 7? Why would somebody want to blow up building number 7? It fucking fell because the other 2 buildings fell, and whatever. But listen, I watched this fucking video. It's the sickest video. I'll send it to you. It's on YouTube, and it's about the people that are actually backing Cortez. Ilya Omar, or whatever her name is, and Rashida, whatever. You'd be shocked. These girls were auditioned for that. It's a whole fucking thing. It's not a conspiracy thing. They actually have these people talking about it. They have Cortez saying, and by the way, Cortez is from my town. She went to my high school. She lived a half mile. She went to Yorktown. No, my niece knew her. You know what I mean? Because my niece went to school with her. But she was a Momo in school, But what I'm trying to say is...
Has it changed?
She's just a popular Momo now.
She's a popular... Oh, yeah.
You know why she's so popular? She's Facebook fabulous because she puts her foot in her mouth every 2 seconds. It's not for anything
the greatest
positive.
She's the greatest thing for the right wing.
She
base.
really is.
Oh, did you with Donald Trump?
To her. He said keep bringing that Green New Deal out.
He said, you guys are sealing the deal for me. Who the fuck? Did you hear the insanity? We're gonna get rid of airplanes. Maybe we'll build it. Like if you want to get to Australia, we'll build a tunnel. Like a tunnel to the Marianas Trench. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out. Are you that fucking stupid? We have a real problem. There's cow farts. The cow farts are. Get the fuck. And then the next day, some photographer took a picture of her in a hamburger joint, and her and her boyfriend were eating these giant hamburgers, and he posted it, and she actually wanted to have him arrested, said that was invasion of her privacy.
You see the cow they got out of the truck, and they found a cow wandering around the city of New York. They took it up to Sussex, and it died the next day. I'm wondering if that's where the flatulence was coming from.
It could be. Listen, I agree with George Carlin. You ever watch George Carlin? How when he says how fucking arrogant are humans to think that you can control Mother Nature and the Earth. There's seashells on the top of fucking Mount Everest. One time there was a 400-foot glacier right here, and one day there will be a 400 glacier here again. You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. There's no such thing as climate change. It's called growing pains of the earth. It's been going on for centuries. For every fucking glacier that melts, there's 3 to 5 new ones that are born today. All that shit is bullshit. It's bullshit. Now, is it good to pollute the ocean? No. Is it,
That's different than climate change.
Right. But you're not going to tell me that's what, they're selling you on this shit. They got people panicking. 10 more years. That's all we have is humanity. 10 more years.
12 years, the world's going to come to an end.
Yeah, well, the Mayans said that fucking in 2012, the Mayans said that we were fucked. And oh, well, when I was a kid, the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses used to rent out Shea Stadium and sing, wait for the end, and all of a sudden the next day they walk out of it because, the whole end of the earth shit.
That was supposed to be the last day.
Yeah.
That's right, and it never happened. Yeah.
But I mean, are these the things that you want to tackle?
What, climate change?
No, all that
You know what? I think what has to happen is I think people have to come back to the middle ground. People have to realize that the far on either side, the extremes, it's crazy. What our societies come to, where polarized, where there's division between black and white, and people are seeing each other as enemies, it's ridiculous. We're all one people. We're all working together. This hate is more created as media sensationalism. I agree with the fake news concept, and I think that's where it's got to start. It's got to start with the hate stop. The hate speech is what's creating it.
Let me ask you a question, both you guys. Honestly, all joking aside, I mean, I grew up with black kids that were my friends. I never said, "Oh, Tommy, he's my black friend." You know what I'm saying? I never thought of that like that. Never. And there was never problems. There was no racial shit in my school. You know, now you come from Brooklyn, so maybe I don't know about you. But I mean, like, I feel like it's 100 times worse today. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
I never grew up around that. It was your friend. That's it. They didn't have a color. They didn't have a classification. They weren't rich. They weren't poor. They didn't live up the hill, down the hill. They were just, oh, Joey from the block, whatever. I mean, it's so ridiculous the way that we are now with the polarization. Like I'm saying, it's everybody's got to have a category. So we're doing away with categories, right? They have now. You check what box you want on your birth certificate. Right. So you have no classification from birth, but then you want to classify yourself over and over every day by declaring yourself, I'm this, I'm that. It's ridiculous.
You know what I say? You know, now there's a new thing. You could even change your age if you want. It's called age genderism or whatever, trans age or some shit like that. Wait, right. In other words, I want to be 20.
I would like to sign up to be 18 again. Where do I go?
Well, can I tell you what?
Is it real? Does it work?
Well, that's what they say. They're saying that there's a new thing now where you can pick your age. Well, you know what I say? I want to be a 15-year-old boy, and I want to date a 15-year-old girl. Can I do that?
Probably not, but you never know. In today's day and age, you never know.
That's true, because you know what's funny? They, even with pedophilia and all this shit now, I heard that, you know how they have these dolls? These sex dolls? I swear to God, Google it. I swear, you fucking momos, you Google it. Where they have a sex dolls. They actually have a pedo doll.
Yes,
where,
you saw that. I did. He's not lying.
Where you can actually get a child sex doll. You know, now they have tranny sex dolls with dicks. They have fucking girl sex dolls. They have guy sex dolls. You can fuck a guy sex doll. Now they have pedo dolls. And you can pick the gender. It could be a little girl or a little boy.
Absolutely
But you know
disgusting.
what? In a way, that gives a good red flag for the fucking authorities to watch this guy. Because if he downloads one picture, now you can lock his fucking
But I
faggot
bet
ass
you can't.
up.
I bet you can't. Right, because now you're profiling.
Right.
It's entrapment.
But as long as you can say there was a way that you got...
Right, that would be entrapment.
But if you're you're not setting the guy up.
Right, if he's interested,
Yes.
then he did that on his own.
Yes.
But now for you to track and qualify that guy based on that and say he is a pedophile,
You're dealing with a lawyer.
That's
But
a tough one.
You would need a friend that worked for that pedo doll company and say, hey, here's my latest
But
list
what
of
happens?
orders.
What happens when he says, "I gave it as a gag gift to my friend"? Right? I didn't even keep it. I gave it as a gag gift to my friend, and you don't find it anywhere. So now what happened?
What if he says, but I don't do it with children. I'd rather use a doll. And there's people that say, well, the good part of this is, guys, is that he's using, he's not raping a child. He's fucking a child doll.
Does that change the fact that you're a pedophile? Even though you haven't acted on your urges, does it change the fact that you're a pedophile?
I don't mean to sound really fucked up, but if you take, if you're a wife and you fuck your husband up the ass with a strap-on dildo, it's still the image of a dick going up there. In your mind, you're getting fucked in the ass.
But it feels good though, Greg.
No comment.
But you know what? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Small one though. You can't go for the BBC right away. You got to
Go big or go home.
Wow, that's gym talk. You're on something totally different right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that you can go with a pedophile doll, a fake fucking a little child with a fucking hole here and a hole there, and
and you don't have urges to really. If
But
you
see,
had the
that's
chance to do it.
Right.
Do it though. You both are law
But that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
say that,
If you have the propensity, and even if you don't do it, if it's not a child, you still are interested in children. You're
that
still a
gets you off.
pedophile.
I agree.
You still
you're-
get off on that.
But
Photos, videos,
what are you going to
whatever.
be convicted of?
Could you arrest the guy?
I don't think you could be convicted
No.
of anything.
Unless he downloads the photos or something like that.
Unless
That's
you
different,
actually
yeah.
did something, right?
Yeah.
But it does not change the fact that that individual is a pedophile.
But it also just shows you that if this wouldn't happen in my parents' age, if you would have said that, I remember my mother couldn't believe. She watched on some fucking late night show, and she was saying, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe this, but do you know that gay guys actually do it in the butt?" And so I said to my mother, I said, no, but I said to my mother, well, what'd you think they did? And she said, I don't know. I mean, I always thought that was a joke. Like, yeah, do it. And she said, I thought maybe they just do something, with the mouth. And I said, no, man. So what I'm saying, but in our parents' age, can you imagine, like, yeah, we're going to come out with this doll.
They would have strung that fucking guy up in the neighborhood if they found that out.
Back in the old days, right? But things are different now.
5 years ago.
This is true. Things have changed considerably.
I'll tell you when they changed. Obama's second term, the world turned upside down. His first term, he
Was
only
that by
was
design?
sprinkling it.
Was that by design?
I
Yes, it
totally
was.
think it was. Yes,
Yes,
I
it
totally
was.
think
Yes,
it
it
was.
was.
He fundamentally transformed the United States in his first 4 years, and he fundamentally transformed the rest of the world in his second 4 years.
What he did was he knew he was going to step out of office, and I think that he knew that Clinton wasn't going to win. I don't know. I think they thought Clinton was going to win, but he wanted his legacy. So he figured, if I fuck everything up, do you understand?
He made Bizarro World. Pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel Democratic Party.
Everything
The
changed.
Democratic Party was pro-Israel
Everything
forever.
Yes.
It's fucking Bizarro World now. Fucking men are women, women are men. You're somewhere in between. Everything's acceptable.
Everything's different.
And there's mixed couples on every fucking commercial you watch, and all kind of mixes.
But it's
You
not
know.
even that. I mean,